All right, as you can already see on screen, we've got our first in-game image of Fencer and Deadlock. Today in this video, we're also going to talk about some artist renditions of new leaks we've seen about troopers and bullwalkers coming to Deadlock in the next major update. Hey everyone, this is Connor here at Dead Unlocked, and I'm excited to get into this. And we got to start off with Fencer. He looks great in game. We get a kind of our first look at this Ixian Fencer who looks like he's going to be preppy. I mentioned assholeish as kind of a descriptor. I think that's fair. But also, y'all, like, I mean, I'm not saying it's a one for one. My hair looks crazy today. I apologize, but why does bro have the exact same haircut as me? I mean, it even looks like his, like his roots are going to be darker as well. I can't believe it. But anyway, hairstyles aside, let's get into what we're looking at with the rest of the leaks today, in particular the troopers and the walkers. All right, so let's start off with how the new troopers are going to look in game. This is a post from Sleep, who's exclusively leaked this one, but this is a post on X. Here, how the new troopers will look. Healers have big banners. Sapphire has moved away from traditional candle troopers for more statue-like designs, and the Sapphire melee creep looks more like a chess piece. These are extremely accurate, and I'm excited for the new variety. I can share that I have seen the in-game image of, I've seen kind of an in-game screenshot of what these troopers look like, and this is pretty accurate. I mean, I only saw it quickly, and it was a while ago, so memory may not serve a super 100% accurate here, but these new troopers look awesome. So yeah, as you see here, the Sapphire will be more like chess pieces. I can confirm this. This looks like a little bit of like a Washington monument. And then, yeah, you've got just kind of the other classic chess pieces as well that go along with this. And then the Candle Troopers are going to be staying the same. There might be some more nuance and details of this, but it is cool that we're going to be getting some even more differentiators between the different sides. And it'll kind of help to make it extra clear which side you're fighting for usually in games, which I think is going to be good for a MOBA like Deadlock. So, yeah, I mean, like I'm telling y'all, when I talk about how the map is going to be almost irrecognizable, which is hard to believe, I really think in a lot of ways it's going to be, and little details like these troopers are going to be a big part of that. So very excited for these. It looks like Sleep just traced over these. There's no artist credited, and this is like Sleep's little icon. So I'm guessing this is just like an MS Paint kind of rendition. But even still, it looks pretty good, honestly. So shout out Sleep. Good job there drawing these, and very excited to see these in game. But let's take a look at the Bullwalker first look that we've seen here, also from Sleep. All right, and get ready for three-headed bullwalkers. That's right, I have seen this in game, and this is another one of those images that is pretty accurate, at least from what I've seen. So here's a post from Sleep. Here's how the brand new walkers will look. They will be three-headed with an insane bell on top of the middle head. Super cool objective redesign. Huge shout out to this artist right here. I'll show them on screen for the great accurate piece. So yeah, this is one I have seen an image of this kind of very similar to the troopers. Saw this quickly. And this one, it does look pretty accurate. I mean, this is I've seen what looked to be like a three-headed bull. At the time, it looked almost like much smaller than the normal walkers look. But at least from what I heard at the time, they're going to be a lot more agile and able to move around a little bit more. Maybe even be like just a bit more dynamic of an objective than the walkers are, who can just stand in place and stomp. But there's been some, some things we talked about in the past when we first covered bull walkers. I think Minesweeper talked about them, how there's going to be stomps. And then when these walkers get really low health, they're going to go into like a frenzy and they'll start charging around. This is where the bull design really kind of makes sense, because it's that classic, like, when bulls get pissed off, they just start like bucking and going wild. And so this, I think, is going to be kind of an imitator of that. I'm curious if like the bell will ring, if there's going to be like an audio cue, if the walker gets low health, is kind of like a extra way to ping teammates of like, hey, we need to fight this right now, or we need to get out of here if you're currently fighting it and losing it, for example. So either way, this is a super cool design. I'm really excited for this one. All in all, when we talk about the map, like I keep saying, there's going to be a lot of changes. And I think one thing I talked about when I talked about the patch recently was how it feels like this new patch feels more dynamic and interactive. I mean, the way you have to interact with lane feels a little bit more, just intentional. And I think objectives are going to become the same way. When we talk about, troopers, I mean, just the way you're going to have to look at them, I mean, they're just going to look so clearly different that there's going to be some intentionality with that. And the way you fight walkers is going to, I think, feel much more like intentional style fights. I'm not seeing the gameplay of like a team taking down a walker in the test server or anything like that. So, I mean, still some heavy grains of salt here. This image and the image I saw could have just been a work in progress. I mean, there's always subject to change with these leaks, but in any case, if these ones happen to be true, I'm extremely stoked to see these new walkers and these new little troopers in Deadlock in December. I hope y'all are too. Yeah, I'll let y'all stare at my twin here on screen while I close out the video. But yeah, this week, by the way, I'm trying, just a little thing before I get done with the video here. I'm trying to do like a video a day this week. it just feels like the right thing to do for Thanksgiving. I don't know. I'm very grateful for the community we built here at Dead Unlocked. I'm very grateful for Deadlock in general and all the hype around it and everything. So I'm very excited right now, and I've got a lot of gratitude. So trying to get a lot of video content out this week to kind of celebrate. And so days like today where we get a little bit of news is always going to be fun. But if we don't have a news day, still expect some content from me this week. You know, I know Thanksgiving can be weird for some folks. Like I don't have a great family, background. So Thanksgiving for me is always kind of one of those weird holidays. But so if you're in that same boat, at least you'll have some extra Deadlock videos to watch this week, just as something else to do. So in any case, though, thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, I'm super stoked about these news. We get a first look at Fencer in game, super crazy. So I'll continue to track the leaks and everything today. Going into tomorrow, if there's significant stuff today, I'll absolutely cover it. But otherwise, stay tuned tomorrow or on Thanksgiving or on Black Friday or even into the weekend. I'll try and have a lot more videos coming out this week. Also, because I'm going on vacation in early December, Yoshi, if you release the patch while I'm gone, I'm actually gonna melt. I'm gonna just vaporize. So please don't do that. That would be unideal if I were to vaporize or melt. So in any case, I'll quit yapping. Thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, I'm stoked to see all this stuff in game. And from our house to yours, we'll see you all next time here at Dead Unlocked.